As we speak, the sun is squaring Mars, a little ticked off, impatient, angry. Well, everybody is. Trick is to get loose of a square. A square is like, oh, I got all this, like a tense muscle in your body. How do you relax it? Well, with Mars, you ask yourself what you're protecting. Because you're ticked off, you're impatient. What are you protecting? You wouldn't be angry. The god Mars, and you wouldn't be angry if he knew what he was protecting. Just ask yourself, what am I protecting? What am I protecting? Sometimes it works with other people. What are you protecting? But you got to ask the question, keep asking it until suddenly you see what you're protecting. It's clear. They're just a physical thing to do. Oh, I got to take this and move it over there. I got to chop wood, carry water. Whatever it is, it's physical. Now, the Sun-Mars square is kind of overwhelming. You're kind of getting used to the Uranus-Pluto square, aren't you? It's tight, though. It's 17 and 18. It's starting to go onto some new ground. Some of you with charts sensitive to those numbers may have. Interesting thing. Here's Saturn moved up in Sagittarius, and it's trining Uranus. Republicans becoming environmentalists? Oh, I hope so. And for you romantics out there, okay, we have Mars and Venus in sextile. Yes, Mars is in Capricorn. She's kind of businesslike when you start your week at 24 Capricorn, but she's sextiling Mars, and Mars is chasing her pretty strong here for the first half of your week anyway. You'll see the young couples out there holding hands. Now we're going to run the moon around this pattern, and the moon kind of gives you the flow of pictures in your mind. Yeah, it's not your chart now. This is like the generic chart. And when you look at the moon, well, if you're on a Thursday night show, you're Thursday in the middle of the day, there was a nice trine to Saturn there. Oh, no, excuse me. That's like midnight, Thursday night. The moon trines Saturn at 15 degrees. Oh, everything's nice and settled. Uh-oh. And then 2 degrees later at 17. Now you're at Friday morning at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. Eek a bug, eek a rat, eek a siren, eek a burglar, eek, eek. And then there's independent action, which comes in about breakfast time as the moon hits Uranus. Take a different look. Step out of the box. Yeah, that'll decrease your panic a little bit. So it's another freaky Friday morning. A bit of I call them frenzy mornings, freaky frenzy Friday mornings. And there's another one. It doesn't get too much better. There is a trine or a sextile to the sun at 23 that comes in just before dinner, but there's also a square to Venus, and she's not happy. There's no sweets and no rest, and so whatever disturbed you Friday morning probably continues to disturb you, even though you got a plan. It's still no rest. Can't communicate Friday night late, 10, 11 o'clock, square to Mercury. Saturday, well, the moon shifts into Taurus. It all changes. Now you're in fixed Earth instead of that Aries that so easily goes off angry. So once you're in Taurus, we got a nice sextile to Neptune Saturday here in the afternoon and evening. And there's color and art and music, and this is a time for church, and open up your higher heart. Go out and sit with the birds and watch the sunset. Saturday, the 13th of February is nice. Is that Valentine? I think Valentine's Day is February 14th. Sunday starts off with a trine to Pluto. We're in control of this. And then in the afternoon, there's a trine to Jupiter. Oh boy, truth and wisdom comes out. However, there's an opposition to Mars. See it? And the opposition to Mars, focus, camera, focus. It comes in just after the trine to Jupiter. So you're kind of going, aha, isn't this great? And everybody's laughing, and then bang. The young people are too raucous, they're too loud, there's too much anger and testosterone, and tell that young man stop doing all of that, and that vibe continues through the evening of Sunday when there's a square to the sun. Nobody got nothing done Sunday night. It's okay. Monday morning, the moon hits Gemini. It's a mutable air sign. Great stuff, except the moon squares Neptune, and there's confusion and delusion after dinner Monday night. Yeah. And that delusion and confusion makes for everybody getting late. Here's Tuesday morning, and the moon's opposing Saturn, and we can't get out of there. That could be cold or snow or something like that. But delays, difficulties start early Tuesday. By the afternoon, here's a sextile to Uranus. Yep, common sense, thinking out of the box wins the day. And even when you got it done, here at dinner time, there's a square to Jupiter, and you're laughing too much and overdoing it, and too much is too much. Wednesday morning, well, if you sleep late, the moon goes into Cancer. Quite a nice time. If you notice, here's the moon trining the sun. And Venus? Oh, this is an opposition to Venus, not a trine. I knew something was wrong there. So you got a good plan, and Father is ambitious, but there's no sweets. Sorry, Venus says, oh, go do your thing, man. Moon's in Cancer. All right, so here early Thursday morning, here we're talking 3-4 in the morning, the moon trines Neptune from Cancer. It's very nice. Here's more compassion and more higher feeling. Very nice. And it's well separated from the panic that sets in here Thursday night. You notice that our Freaky Fridays has moved. I used to be on the weekend Saturday, and every month it goes back about a day, the Uranus-Pluto square. And now it's showing up Thursday night. So this is not a time to tease the policeman. No. The moon starts off with the opposition to Pluto. Don't tell me what to do. And then a square to Uranus. I'm stuck. I want to be independent and free, but it's a song. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I got to beware. Friday morning gets a little better. Moon's in late Cancer. Has a nice sextile to Jupiter. Oh boy. And here's some help from everybody. Friday morning starts off quite well. So it's very nice. Until after dinner when the moon shifts into Leo and Venus starts to become ornery. Friday night is her day. Vendrady, Friday is Venus's day. She's not happy here about 10, 11 o'clock to midnight. There's no rest. There's no sweets. Forget the sex. You won't. You'll say, I don't have enough. I can't be satisfied. Eek. Well, keep you up late worrying over it. Don't do that because the kids are going to bug you. There's an opposition to Mercury here Saturday throughout most of the day. At least till you get to after dinner with the moon in Leo. There's a nice trine to Saturn. Oh, I got ourselves organized about 10, 11 o'clock Saturday night. We're on time. Hooray. And then there's a trine to Uranus. The electronics are working good. Everybody's in brotherhood. The Republicans have turned into environmentalists Saturday night, Sunday morning. Hooray! Works good until you get to Sunday about dinner time. And then here's a square to Mars. And here we are, a little angry and impatient again. And ask yourself what you're protecting. Don't get in the heat there. It won't do any good on the 21st.